Hello there, welcome to Non-Phil Flicks. As always, we bring to you top stories from Nigeria. On our lineup today, FG begins collation of out-of-school children data. Lagos to secure forest against intruders. Rivers Assembly confirms AMADI as new chief judge. House CAUCUS calls $1.5 billion approval for rehabilitation scam. President Buhari approves appointment of new permanent secretaries. ABIA government announces death of Deputy Chief of Staff. Buhari directs crackdown on supporters of Banditry, Kidnappings. 2 billion naira trial, no trace of contractors, witness. Presidency says Buhari not in any sick condition. Court to deliver ruling on IDP ADAMU'S tenure extension, April 16. Reps raise customs revenue target to 1.679 trillion naira. And WIKE sacks Environment Commissioner. And now the news in details. I'm Valerie, Aligbe. The federal government has announced that it has begun the collation of data of all out-of-school children across the country. Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development Sadiya Farouk said the exercise was being handled by the National Steering Committee on Alternate School Program. According to Farouk, about 12 million children are currently out of school in Nigeria, citing data released by the National Bureau of Statistics, stating further that the Alternate School Program possesses the potential for every child to gain access to quality education, irrespective of social, cultural or economic standing. The Lagos State government is set to commence an audit of its forests to mitigate the efforts of climate change and secure them against intruders who use the forest as a cover to perpetrate criminal activities. The State Commissioner for Agriculture, Abisola Olusanya, explained that the audit will enable the state ascertain what was left of its forest and biodiversity, at a time when criminal elements have turned forests in the southwest region to kidnap dens. According to Olusanya, climate change as a global threat was worsening water stress, food vulnerability, desertification, increased global temperature, as well as putting thousands of communities at risk. Hence, it has to be factored into forest food-water equation. The Rivers State House of Assembly has confirmed the appointment of Justice Chibuzo AMADI as the chief judge of the state. This follows a letter forwarded to the House by the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, requesting it to screen and confirm the nominee as the chief judge of the state. The recommendation became necessary as the serving chief judge of the state, Justice Iyaya Lamikara, is set to retire on May 25. The minority caucus in the House of Representatives has described the approval of $1.5 billion for the rehabilitation of the Port Harcourt refinery as a huge scam and deployed by unscrupulous elements to siphon public funds. The caucus, in a statement by its leader, Ndudi Elumelu, said the figure is outrageous and heavily inflated, demanding an immediate review of the cost. The lawmakers noted that while they are in support of any genuine efforts to bridge energy deficit in Nigeria, such should not be used as a ploy by corrupt individuals to fleece the nation. The Federal Executive Council, FEC, had recently at its virtual meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari approved $1.5 billion for the rehabilitation of the refinery. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the commencement of process for the appointment of new permanent secretaries in the Federal Civil Service. In a circular by Folashade Yemiesan, head of Civil Service of the Federation, the new permanent secretaries will fill vacancies of the retired and those retiring in 2021 from Ekiti, Enugu, Katsina, Lagos and Nasarawa states. She explained that only officers in the mainstream Federal Civil Service who had attained the position of Substantive Director on grade level 17 on or before January 1, 2019 are qualified, noting further that those who had updated their records on the IPPIS verification portal and are from the affected states were also qualified for the positions. The Abia state government has announced the death of its Deputy Chief of Staff, Chief Ukpai Agu, who passed away in the early hours of Tuesday after a brief illness. In a statement signed by the Commission for Information, John Kalu, the state governor, Okezi Bazo, described as shocking as he mourned the untimely exit of Chief Ukpai, who had been a long-term associate, friend, and irreplaceable partner in progress. President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the nation's security and intelligence chiefs to reinforce efforts towards identifying bandits and their sponsors with a view to bringing them to their knees. Buhari, who decried the deteriorating security, warned that a situation where bandits and kidnappers dictate the pace, even while state operators engage the elements, will no longer be tolerated by his administration. According to President Buhari, all the decisions approved at last month's National Security Council meeting, including the ban placed on mining activities in Zamfara, as well as the no-fly zone directive, remain enforced until further notice to curb the rising insecurity in the state. The money laundering trial of a former governor of Niger State, Muazu Babangida Aliyu, and two others continued with the first prosecution witness, Mohammed Douaye Madu, telling the court that auditors could not trace the address of contractors that received 1.7 billion naira from the Niger State government in 2014. Madu, a retired Auditor General of the state from 2007 to 2020, told the court that in the course of auditing the accounts of the state for the year of 2014, they discovered about 1.7 billion naira, which was received by the Ministry of Environment in the state, was split and paid to 3 contractors. The witness further revealed that aside the fact that the documentation for the contracts were incomplete, especially the absence of certificate of no objection from the Bureau of Public Procurement. The president has said Muhammadu Buhari has only travelled to the United Kingdom for a routine medical checkup. President Buhari departed the presidential villa for the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja at about 2:30 p.m., after which he proceeded to London for a routine medical checkup. Since assuming office, he has embarked on several trips to the United Kingdom to seek medical care, but has not been to the country since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. A federal high court in Abuja has fixed April 16 to decide whether Mohammed Adamu can continue to operate in the office as the Inspector General of Police after his retirement from the force in February. A legal practitioner, Maxwell Okpara, had dragged the federal government to court over the elongation of ADAMU'S tenure in office despite attaining the compulsory retirement age on February 1, 2021. The President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, Adamu, Attorney General of the Federation, and Nigeria Police Council named first to fourth respondents, respectively, in the suit. The House of Representatives has jacked up the revenue target for the Nigerian Customs Service in the 2021 budget year from 1.465 trillion naira to 1.679 trillion naira. The increase was carried over from the initial approved target in the 2020 budget before the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, which caused a revision to 1.380 trillion naira. Chairman of the committee, Leke Abejide, said the decision of the committee was based on the reduction in the effect of COVID-19 on economic activities, with the availability and administration of vaccines and the approval given to the service proposal for carbonated drinks to be excisable. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has sacked the State Commissioner for Environment, Ibix Tamuno. Although no reason was given for Tamuno's sacking, local media suggests that the commissioner, who was presiding over a media conference on soot and air quality in the state, rushed out of the briefing and asked his permanent secretary to hold forth. The governor has since directed the sacked commissioner to submit all government documents and properties in his possession to the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Environment. That wraps up our lineup for now. Do hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next bulletin. Join us next time. Good day.